That's the inside of Pelican Bay. I did 23 years, 10 months, and 2 days. I did 7 years in solitary confinement out of those 23 years in Pelican Bay. That's what it looks like from you're standing on the outside looking in. So there's no walls and there's no windows. So when the COs, the cops pass by your cell, they can look inside. That's the outside of the prison. The big X that you see in the front, that's where they house all the solitary confinement. The yards are different. That's what we used to come out to go exercise in. You go from one cell to another. And you see what he's wearing? Underwear. You don't get clothes. Exercise in your underwear. I made a lot of bad decisions. I made a lot of poor choices. Like you seen in the beginning, it said artist, muralist, mentor. Before I started running in gangs, I used to be an artist. And I used to go by Wisper. I still go by Wisper. But I was Wisper the artist, but I killed Wisper the artist so I could become Wisper the gang member. As a result, I committed a murder robbery at the age of 19, and I got a first-degree murder for 26 to life. I didn't see no need to change because I was going to die in prison now, and I was going to die on the streets, and I didn't care because of the lifestyle that I was living. So I didn't see a need to change when I went to prison. So I got worse, and that's what led me up to Pelican Bay. Because just like you're here in high school and you're around everybody, but if you get into fights, if you start bringing guns and knives and drugs, you're being disruptive here at this school, they will call the police, and they will remove you from high school and put you somewhere else. Well, that's what they do in prison. They put you in the general population with everybody else, but when you become disruptive, when you become a threat to the safety and security of the other people around you, as well as staff, then they have to remove you, and that's what they did with me. And I did time with Danny and Soledad, and when I got out in 2013, we reconnected, and he asked me to come back and speak to you guys. This is like my 3rd year doing this. And before that, when I first got out, like I said, I was an artist. So I belong to a collective of artists that are now worldwide. It started in San Jose back in '86, and now we have members all over the world. And I used to do graffiti, and I still do graffiti. But I was doing art shows, trying to sell my art, trying to make money, and I was still working a full-time job, so I was like having 2 jobs. But it wasn't fulfilling. But when I came here to speak to you guys and tell my story about, just wasting opportunity, wasting your life into something that's meaningless and of no value, because what do you get out of gangbanging? You don't make no money. That's not a career. There's nothing that you gain profit-wise. So when I got out and I started working with Danny and speaking to the youth like yourselves, that was more fulfilling than money I had made in any show that I was doing at that time. So then I started working with an art teacher at the Latino College Prep in San Jose, because that's where I'm from. And I took them out with me to go paint in Fresno at a mural festival. And that was a mural that they designed and they made, and I just helped them. And that's what I do now. I work with mainly the art teacher at the Latino College Prep Academy in San Jose, and we go paint at live events. And we've been doing this for a year now, because I combine my passion for giving back and my passion for art, and I combine them together. And this is an event that we paint at every year in San Jose called Mexica New Year. and I curate it. I call artists from all over the Bay Area, and they come out and paint. This particular artist is from Oakland. These were the kids that painted a mural there. I helped build the wall. This is another event that we paint at annually called Dia San Jose, which is coming up in October 20th. These are some other paintings. I painted the jaguar there. There was a bunch of other pictures, but one of the things that I would like to express to you is that, you know, even if you make a lot of bad decisions like I did, even if you do a lot of things that waste opportunity, because a lot of things we take for granted. You take things for granted, like how many people like chili on your food, right? Hot Cheetos, soda, your cell phones, right? There's none of that in Pelican Bay. 7 years, none of that. And we take all these things for granted because we use them every day. I didn't drink no soda for 7 years. There was 2 years we didn't even get salt. You get deprived of a lot of things. And for what? For what? Or you can, you know, suck it up and just endure the hardships, because life ain't easy. But it's better out here being free than being in there and being deprived. Because that's what happens. There's sometimes one of the times that I went to solitary, they give you a bedroll. They give you a towel, you know, some basic like soap and tooth powder, things like that, basic necessities. Well, one time, they didn't give me a towel. So after you shower, they expect me to dry off with a shirt. And those are some of the things that you get deprived of living that type of lifestyle. And those are the things that harm you internally, mentally, and emotionally. Because even a dog gets dried off with the towel. But yet here I am a person, and I'm drying myself off with a t-shirt. So I'm being treated less than an animal. And those are some of the things that you experience inside of prison. And I just don't want for you to experience everything that I experienced. Thank you.
So what are 2 life lessons you learned from Tomas? Somebody right there. Keep empowering yourself. Right? You see him right there? Raise your hand. He's going to give you some of his personal artwork too. Who else? You got to speak louder because I can't hear. Even though